Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to the channel today. I appreciate you being here. And welcome back to all of our subscribers. I appreciate you being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for the very first time, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Also, please consider becoming a member. Click that join button below to receive additional content on how we can help you grow and develop your business. And additionally, to learn more about my company and how we can help take your gym to that next level, please check out the links below. Now, with that said, our topic for you today, it's common gym owner mistakes when starting a new gym. Common gym owner mistakes when starting a new gym. And certainly, if you're starting a new gym, this is for sure for you. If you own a gym already and maybe it's not working like you want, take a look at this. There might be some things in here that you can address that can help take you to that next level. And then if you're looking to eventually start one, you're kind of in those planning stages, start putting some of this, into that business plan, into that plan of action. So let's get into our topic today. Common gym owner mistakes when starting a new gym is they skip the planning phase. Okay? I mean, it's remarkable, I find, on how many folks don't do that business plan, don't really do that pro forma. They just jump into it. Or they do it at such a low level that it doesn't really accomplish what they need. What I like to see you do on the business plan, this is what we do with our clients, is we do it on a collaborative basis, because I want that business plan not only to be, hey, here's how we're going to do it, but I want you to understand why you're going to do it that way, understand what the risks are, how we're going to mitigate that risk, understand what our numbers look like, and what key performance indicators, how those need to look, what should your rent look like as a percentage, what should payroll look like as a percentage, what should recurring fees be toward your operating expense. And so there's a lot in here, but don't skip the planning phase. Do your due diligence here. Really understand what you're getting into. In a manner of speaking, become an expert at this before you get started. Don't learn it on the fly. Okay, that's a tough road to go down. Number two, common mistakes is not setting the right kind of goals. And so, in talking about goals, and we won't necessarily talk about what those goals are, but set these goals. But the thing when we set these goals, we want to keep them at the forefront of what we're doing. And what I recommend for anybody is make sure we write down our goals first thing every day, write them down last thing every night, and then at any point we experience disappointment, okay, write down our goals. Again, keep these goals at the forefront of what we're doing, okay? And one of the things when it comes to setting goals, and I'll kind of take this back to that pro forma, there's a tendency sometimes, certainly with a new startup, okay, is the expectations for revenues are a lot of times pretty high. I know we kind of commonly say, hey, if you can cut those revenues in half, will it still be a success? That's usually one of the areas where we get rose-colored glasses a little bit. It's natural, an entrepreneur, a salesperson, this is kind of how you think. But we want to kind of balance that with how a banker thinks and how an entrepreneur thinks in terms of those financial goals, in terms of revenue. Number three, common mistakes. There's a tendency to undervalue our products or services. We undervalue them. And part of this, when you're looking at how to value your products, how to value your services and what you're selling, is one of the first things I like to do when you're doing this pro forma. Let's put our expenses in there first, okay? Because generally we can define those relatively easily, I think. And then, okay, now our expenses are in place, and then ask yourself this question. What do I want to make? Do I want to make a 20% margin, 30%, 40%? What is it I want to do? And now we start to plug in our numbers, and that's going to determine here's what we're going to charge. One of the biggest mistakes I see when it comes to pricing everything, we have a tendency to do it based on the competition. Okay, do it based on how you're going to run your business, your knowledge of how to sell, of how to solve problems, of how to provide solutions, for folks, of how you're going to train your staff. So many folks, the reason they do undervalue it is they don't really know how to solve problems. The sales presentation is, here's all of our equipment, here's everything we do, instead of here's how we can solve your problem. So undervaluing products and services is a big issue. Number 4, avoiding new technology. Be mindful of the new technology. Now, you don't need all of the technology, okay? It could overwhelm you. It's too much. You spend all your time, learning, technologies. But don't avoid, the latest and greatest technologies. What can help you grow your business? What can help you scale your business? What can help you automate your business? What can help you reach more people? Okay, but don't avoid the new technologies. There's a tendency to avoid some of that, and even sometimes when we get it, there's a tendency not to use it all the time. Okay, so whatever you get, commit to it. The other thing I put in with this is KISS, keep it simple, superstar. Okay, don't avoid the new technology, but also at the same time keep this thing simple. One of the things that I find going into evaluate businesses that struggle, okay, is that the project has become too complicated sometimes, and we want to simplify it. Being simple is one of the secrets here. Okay. Number 5, on common mistakes of gym owners, particularly when starting a new facility, and this one carries on, being afraid of marketing. You've got to market, you've got to advertise, you've got to promote. The biggest issue for independent gyms, and virtually anybody, right, that's independent, is obscurity. Nobody knows who you are, and those that do don't have you at top of mind. And we need to set a goal here that everybody in our marketplace is going to know who we are. Okay, because as you guys have heard me say, we want to make sure the phone's ringing, the door's swinging, the email's dinging, and the text is pinging. This has to happen. It won't happen unless you're promoting your business. It doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. There's a lot of things you can do here. But also understand marketing. This is a great way to stay in front of your existing members. If the members aren't seeing you on a regular basis, who are they seeing? They're seeing your competition. We want to make sure they're seeing you, so marketing has value there. Marketing has value to keep your competition back on its heels. In some cases, it can keep new competition out of a marketplace. And then also marketing, a value piece of that is to really help support a loyal and dedicated sales team. Okay, so don't be afraid of marketing. This is one of the key mistakes that's made, is we don't do near enough of it. We do 1 or 2 things. You want to do a page or 2 or 3 of things, okay, in terms of your marketing. Number 6, common gym owner mistakes, not knowing who your ideal customer is. Who's your ideal customer? And are we marketing to that ideal customer? Is your ideal customer someone who's not worked out in at least a year and maybe needs to lose at least 25 pounds? Is that your ideal customer? Know who your ideal customer is. Or are you going after a more sophisticated audience? Okay, know who that customer is. It's not a whole lot different if you're attending networking events, and if you're not, may I recommend that you do. Okay, go to meetup.com. You can sign up easily for that. But it's like attending a networking event, and what you'll typically do, they give you a chance to give your 30-second commercial to the group, and you'll identify yourself, who you are, and here's what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for someone who's not exercised in at least a year, who needs to lose at least 25 pounds and wants to get in the best shape of their life. Man, you've made it real clear who you want. It's not just, we can help everybody, and I'm looking for folks that are interested in coming in. Okay, way too broad. Okay, define who you're looking for. Know who it is. Number 7, common gym owner mistakes when starting a new gym or even an existing one is overspending. Way overspend. Okay, we're not looking to choke this off, but overspending can be a big issue. Okay, I know I've gotten involved with clubs that were just way overspending, spending twice as much, 3 times as much on marketing, on staff. And they were doing well, producing some numbers, but they were kind of buying their business instead of promoting it instead of producing it. So overspending can be a big issue. The other side of it, this is like number 8, okay, is underspending. We don't want to choke this thing off. Okay, and this is why when you're looking at your pro forma budgets, we know our key performance indicators and where do we need to be at maturity, and what is this strategy going to be. Okay, and some of the things kind of talking about underspending and overspending, if you're brand new, having that 90-day pre-sales, having 90 days abated rent, there's 6 months of strong selling without maybe your number one expense, which is your rent. Okay, this can save you a lot of issues with overspending and underspending. Okay, negotiating finish out allowance with your landlord. Okay, getting more revenue per customer can help keep your numbers in line for you. But overspending, spending way too much, it's a common thing. There's a tendency sometimes to want all the bells and whistles, and then the other side of it is we really do choke it off, and there's a balance in there that we want to make sure we reach. Number 9, common mistakes. This is a common mistake for new owners and for existing owners, is we try to do everything alone. We're going to do it all by ourselves. Find yourself a mentor. Find yourself someone that you can trust. Find yourself someone that you can work with. Okay? It can be consultants in the industry like myself or others. It can be accountants. It can be attorneys, folks that are retired that have experience at this. But at the end of the day, you want to have a good chemistry with them. You want to have that trusted partner relationship. And it has to be someone who's been there. Okay? If you want to know how to get somewhere, ask someone who's been there. Okay? But don't try to go it alone. And then number 10, and lastly on the list, common mistakes, not making a commitment. And I'm talking making a commitment. Going all in on this. Not just kind of put your foot in the water and seeing if you make it, not having here's an easy way out if this doesn't work. Go all in. I mean, you talk to anyone who's at a high level of success, they'll tell you they're all in. Okay, go all in on this. Make a commitment that you're going to make this work. Okay, so 10 things to think about of common mistakes, and typically these are common mistakes of a new gym owner, although they can also be mistakes of an existing gym owner. Are you a gym owner right now? Are you thinking about becoming one? Look at these 10 things. Do any of these define you? Can you see yourself in any of these? If you can, start going to work on some of those things. Watch your business start to improve. Okay, or if you're thinking about it down the road, you want to become one, start thinking about these things right now. Okay, you can even think about some of these things as a personal trainer that's running an independent business like that could apply to what you're doing. Okay, so take a look at them. They can and will help you grow and develop your business. So folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. I appreciate you being here. To learn more about me and my company, you can check out the links below. And if you've not yet done so, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button, and consider becoming a member. Click the join button to receive additional content, forms, documents, and videos on how you can train your staff and further develop and grow your business. And we look forward to seeing you all in that next video.